Ooh, welcome back, everybody. What is this? Episode 48. I hope you guys have been liking the recent episodes. I've had a lot of really good, fun guests on, and we got another really good one today. This is Monique with Momma on a Mission. This was Monique lost her son to a homicide, an unsolved homicide, and that kind of stuff does a lot of different things to a lot of different people. And this tragic event was turned into as positive as it could be. And Alonzo's mom, Monique, has started this fundraiser. It's called Momma on a Mission. Go ahead and check those show notes out for the web address so you can guys go check it out and donate if you would like. All the money goes to those families here in Kansas City that lose someone unexpectedly and can't afford a funeral. And she helps them out with all that. It's a really touching story. It's an awesome cause. And I was just honored that she came on my podcast to talk about it. And I really hope, look, again, like I said this a couple weeks ago with another good cause with Dre Taylor. I'm not going to tell you guys how to spend your money. Obviously, I wouldn't do that. But if you are so inclined to donate anything, or if you're looking for someone to donate this year, this is a pretty good cause. And she also talks about in there that you can do it through your Amazon shopping. And I'll try to figure that out, and I'll put that in the show notes too, to where whenever you do any shopping through Amazon, she gets like a percentage of that too, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. You just have to put like her website in your browser, I think. I think it's really simple to set up. So look for that in the show notes. This was a lot of fun. This was a good conversation. And I was really happy to get her on here and talk about this. And it's an awesome cause. And I hope you guys enjoy this episode and maybe feel inclined to help with the cause. And that's all I'm going to say, you guys. Everybody, thank you for being here. Episode 48. Boom. Sherlock. Boom.
Welcome to the Inner Talk Podcast. We'll no topic is off limits. Now here's your host, my daddy, Android Soul. Oh wait, one more thing for me. Thank you for coming to the Inner Talk Podcast. Boom, shalak, boom.
And then we'll go in 3, 2. Are you ready?
I am.
1. Here we go. And I am just so glad that you showed up with the blue lipstick and the blue hair.
We have to rock Momma on a Mission blue.
Gotta do it.
Yes.
Monique?
Yes, sir.
Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. First of all, I gotta say, I love your Instagram account.
Thank you.
It cracks me up. It is so good for a good smile or a good laugh for the day.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's hilarious. There's always something just hilarious on there too. Like, yeah, I was just laughing last night at your last post. And it bums me out that you don't have that many followers.
Well, it was pretty much just a Monique for me personally, and then I just kind of incorporated some Momma on a Mission post.
Yeah.
So you just got a combination of the two personalities together.
You're funny.
Thank you.
You're really funny. All right. Tell me about Momma on a Mission. I know a little bit about it, but you can probably explain it a lot easier than I can. You're the professional.
We were established in 2014.
So that's only
5 years.
5 years ago.
Yes. We advocate for the families of homicide victims. We bring awareness to the different unsolved homicides in the city. We help families with funeral arrangements and services, helping them lay their loved ones to rest. We make donations directly to the funeral homes. We will also help do fundraisers to help with additional funds. We're in the community helping the homeless with blessing bags. And in those blessing bags, we just have different toiletries and different products to help people throughout the day with some different snacks.
I've seen that.
And we also provide our Unsolved Homicides flyer in there. You know, if you're on the streets, you might have some information. And, you know, if you're homeless, you could use some reward money.
I was just going to say, what a good What a good campaign. Get the homeless out there.
Yes, help them out as well.
Give them a little something. Then also, who better to know that's,
Mm-hmm.
you imagine someone that's going to commit an atrocity like, murder,
Right.
that there are going to be some seedy people.
Mm-hmm.
And the homeless people, I'm not saying they're seedy, but they're in seedy situations around, they're around some seedy people. So what a good little...
Yeah, their ears are to the ground. They're in the streets. They should know some things and hear some things.
Exactly. Do people take them seriously? Homeless people? Like the cops and people, if they come with information, are they taken just as serious as...
I would hope so.
Right.
I would hope so. But I personally, I don't know.
Yeah, of course not. I know. Maybe just...
And we also have a group support group, monthly grief group support group. Yes, the third Monday of the month. So families can come out and speak on things, issues, concerns, and have a village of people that knows what they've been through and be able to talk about it.
Yeah, this was gonna be... Yeah, I started doing a little bit of research. Yeah, I mean, I first heard about you 7 months ago or something like that. I donated through a band, had an album out, and then that money went to you. And that's when I first heard about you. And then I think I started following you on Instagram then, and laughs ensued ever since then. So you've been giving me all kinds of good material. Yeah, and then I'm really glad you came on because I did want to talk about and get more information on this.
Okay.
Why did you how did this get started? This whole the whole Momma on a Mission. I mean, you're obviously doing a lot of good things, but what kind of spurred? Nobody just starts something like this, right?
Correct. My son, Alonzo Thomas IV, he is a homicide victim. His homicide occurred April 5th, 2014. So that's the birth of Momma on a Mission.
It's only 5 years ago.
That's why we've been around 5 years.
Wow. You started it immediately.
Immediately. His homicide occurred in April. I became incorporated in September.
Wow.
I got my 501c3, I believe in March 2015. So yeah, it was. I'm a Momma on a Mission. That's a true name to the organization.
Right. Does it get any easier at all?
It does.
Does it?
It does. I mean, it's not.
Other than time,
right.
It's
not the best circumstance at all, but it does get easier. I mean, being able to voice my concerns and speak on it and be out in the community. I'm still a mother who still grieves. So I still go through things that every other family goes through. I'm just in a position to where I've decided to move forward with things instead of just being stuck and stopped and just, and wallow in it. Right.
Yeah, just turn the ultimate negative into an ultimate positive.
Yes.
So what kind of what's some of the biggest help that you guys are providing right now? The financial aspects of funeral costs. Is that seems to me, I've never lost anybody super close to me yet. I've been fortunate enough in that regard. So I wouldn't even know where to begin if something like that happened. Right.
I mean, because taking care of a funeral and planning a funeral, that's hard work. It's a business. It's actually a business. People sometimes actually, it's really a business. I mean, funeral homes, it's a business, it's a service.
Right.
So there's some people who don't have the family there to help them with that through their journey, to help get the obituaries, to help find a funeral home, to help find a church.
I wouldn't even know where to begin. I'm almost 40 years old, and I'm an adult by age. But if it comes to actual adulting,
right,
I'm out. I'm calling my mom. Mom, what do I do? Help.
Right.
So, where do people even begin with stuff like that?
Right. I mean, that's why we're here.
Right.
That's why we're here. Because when I lost my son, I had a cousin who was there for me during my journey. It was a male. He took me shopping. He dressed me. He found my clothes. He picked out my shoes.
Yeah.
So he did a lot of things for me that I couldn't have done by myself.
Right.
There's no way that I could have actually did some of these things by myself. So I'm if I'm going through it, there's other people like that, like me.
Right.
So there's people who need those services and need those things, I wrote my own I typed up my own obituary for my son. I had pictures and put the pictures together for the slideshow. Some families probably wouldn't be able to do those things. So being able to do that for someone, who's going through grief, who don't have the family to do it for them, we'll help you out. We'll be there for you.
Oh, wow.
It's a lot.
It is a lot. It's super deep. I don't know. Death is just
Right.
It's
Something that everyone has to go through. I even discussed writing my own obituary so my family wouldn't have to go through it for themselves.
writing your own
Mm-hmm.
for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, you want it to sound as best as
Right.
possible.
Make sure I got the cute picture there. Make sure it's already right. I mean, don't mean they're going to actually follow through and do what keep it. But, at least they have a good foundation.
They all like you, right? You don't have any family that's somewhat against you that could get their hands and let's.
Nah.
All right, so nothing to
At least
worry
they won't
about.
tell me that. Tell me that.
Yeah, right. So where do you live now? Is it in the same area?
Same area.
Where is that area?
It's in Midtown, South Kansas City.
Okay, I lived in Midtown for a little bit. I liked it down there.
Mm-hmm.
It's always something going on. There's always something going on.
Yes.
I mean, you can always be entertained.
True. It is true.
People know what I mean. I've seen car chases down there. People wrecking into poles and then staggering out, getting chased and tackled by the cops.
I mean, you can hear good sirens or maybe some sounds.
You get used to it.
You do.
I was living down there, and of course, it's sirens all the time, day or night. You just learn how to sleep through them. And I moved to Michigan for a couple years, and this was like a small little podunk town,
Mm-hmm.
and it was quiet. I had a hard time falling asleep. It's like you get a sound machine to get some noise just to get used to, because you get used to.
Right.
It's so weird. You wouldn't think that just silence would be hard to sleep in, but it's
True.
so weird. Okay, so say something happens. How do they get a hold of you? If a homicide happens, how does that mom or family get in contact with you to get help? How do they even know where to begin with that? Is that what part of your mission?
Yes.
Is getting it out there so people know, hey, come
Yes.
to me if something happens?
Yes. We strictly by referrals. I mean, we're on social media.
Mm-hmm.
There's different news outlets that may have conversations with me, so you may have heard me on the news to know about me and my organization.
I've seen you on the news.
We have a website that's momonamissioninc.org, and we're actually in the process of revamping the whole website. I'm kind of excited about that.
Nice.
So yes, I mean, some families are kind of upset because when you're hurting and you're grieving, you're kind of just angry in general. So no one helped me. No one was there for me. So families need to understand that we don't know about every incident that happens in the city.
Okay.
But we're there for you when we do know about you, when we do have your contact information.
Mm-hmm.
The police don't contact us to let us know.
Right.
There's different other services that may refer you to us. So it's really up to the families to contact us to let us know that you're in need of our services.
What's the best way what's your best way of getting money and donations for this?
Fundraisers.
Fundraisers?
All we do is fundraisers. We have no funding. No
there's no
writers.
donations? Can people donate?
They can donate, yes.
Is that,
We have
do you
cash.
get that kind of, as donations, is that
People really donate mainly when I have a fundraiser, but just on general from a day-to-day, it's rarely that someone says, I hear you and I see you. Can we offer you or give you some money? No, they don't.
Huh.
I wish they would. That would be lovely.
You want, yeah.
I mean, we need funding, a grant writer, something to where we have steady money coming in to where it could possibly help me to where I can be in the community on a regular basis instead of actually working a real 9-to-5 job.
Oh, you do all this
Yes.
as well as a 9
yes.
to 5.
I have to pay my bills and live as well. So
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So all the donations that come to Mom on a Mission go strictly to Mom on a Mission in the community. It does not fund me or I
Right.
don't get anything from it.
Okay.
So yes.
How many people have you helped out since the official beginning of this?
Oh, it's different.
So many.
It's different entities of it, so I really can't say. But I do know. Oh, I just tallied up the dollar amount from 2015 to 2018. It was about 30. Cause I know it was like 30,000. 30,000. No, what 30,000? That sounds like it's a lot. But it was a nice dollar amount.
Nice.
I don't want to misquote me because someone's gonna come back and tell me that no, we.
Let's just say a rough estimate.
Well, I know this was like 2015 is when I helped my first family. So it was like 10,005. So like maybe $25,000 maybe within a 3-year span.
So immediately you started helping your first family.
Yep.
Does that surely that must kind of also help with kind of the grieving process, I would imagine.
It did. It
Right.
did. I mean, because I was originally just trying to help the unsolved homicides because that's what my heart was, because my son's homicide is unsolved.
Still today.
Till today, yes. So me being out in the community, letting people know about my son's unsolved homicide, I had another mom who reached out to me like, I want you to help me with mine as well. So I had added his name to the flyer. The flyer used to be just my son, then my son and another young man.
Mm-hmm.
And it just grew to where it's a good
It's too big.
couple dozen faces right now.
That's too big.
So yes, and then with my very first family, they needed help financially. So that was an aspect I'm like, I didn't think about people needing that financial help. So I was
Right.
like, okay, we had the money, so we can help you with that service as well. I helped her write the obituary, email it over to the funeral home so they can format it in their format. So it was just kind of a process.
Right.
This is not something that I planned for my life.
Yeah, right.
So it's a journey to where it kind of just developed over the years and just grew
Is it,
out just from the needs of the community.
and it's a passion too, like has it turned into a passion? Like
It
you
is.
just
It is. It's something it's a hard pill to swallow to know that your son's death and his homicide has birthed a bigger picture, a bigger mission for the community.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know how to respond to that.
It's a lot to take in
It
sometimes.
is.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, okay, I was doing a little bit more research just
Mhm.
this morning.
Okay.
And you have a video on there, maybe it's like 36 seconds long or something like that. 39 seconds. I don't know. It's just a video of almost like a slideshow of you and Alonzo just mashed up together.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm talking about? It's on YouTube.
Okay, I think so. It's like a song in the background.
Yeah, there's a
Yes.
song in the background.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I started watching that. I was like, I couldn't even finish it. I was like, I can't do this. I don't feel like crying right now.
Yes.
And it's crazy. It was only 5 years ago. I have a 5-year-old son. Like I can't even think about that kind of stuff. Yeah, I don't even like see that stuff in the news.
Right.
Stuff with kids and think you're not supposed to.
Right. And then also with the kids and insurance, knowing that, just because they're babies don't mean they can't be insured. People don't want to talk about death.
Right.
People don't want to talk about life insurance because life insurance means you're going to die eventually. But when the time comes and happens, you need to be prepared for it.
It's expensive.
Yes.
What do you do if you can't afford it?
You call Mom on a mission and we help.
But even before that, I mean, like, what if I don't know about Mom on a Mission?
Right.
I'm just, what do I, like,
There's people out
how
there
do you
who
do it? Like, if you can't afford a funeral, what do you do?
Some funeral homes are willing to work with you. There's crimes victims compensation that will reimburse you up to about $5,000 for the cost of the funeral, but that's still a process. Some funeral homes may wait on that money, but then some are so in debt because they're still waiting for other crimes victims compensation funds. Right, it is a business. So it's just a process. I mean, you have families who's raising funds on their own. They're selling their dinners, they're getting T-shirts, they're doing different things. Or that you also have cremation, which is the cheapest way possible.
Yeah. When did this whole business start? Business of humans been around for a long time.
Right.
Surely when people just died, at first we probably just left them to the animals.
Well, just dug a
You
hole.
think?
Just dug a hole.
And then we
put 'em
started
there.
digging a hole.
Right.
And then.
But and then
we start progressing, and then all of a sudden there's churches and
stuff.
stuff.
It's our loved ones. We want to put them in peace. And you also need to know that when you get a casket, you don't have to have the biggest, best casket. There's I think in Independence somewhere there's a casket warehouse.
Huh.
I heard that you can also get caskets from like Sam's Club and Walmart. So there's different. You don't have to get your casket from a funeral home. There's you can think outside the box to get some things done.
You can make your own.
If you probably could.
That'd be kind of cool. You like that idea over there? Making your own, getting handy
He
with
speaks,
yourself.
no?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess if you have some crafty person, you know, this is really pretty much is a fancy box.
It is.
Yeah.
You know what? I am dead serious. I had a dead ass serious talk with my parents just last summer about what I want if I, die, whatever.
You do need to have that conversation.
I did, and I was dead serious. I don't think they're on board, but I looked at them dead in the eye. I said, I do not care if you have to break the law. You are doing this for me, and I want a Viking funeral.
Viking?
A Viking funeral is you put me on a boat, and it's like a rowboat.
Okay.
Fill it up with tinder, all kinds of wood and leaves, whatever. So it's, tinder. Put me on that. Kick me out to sea. Let me float out to sea.
Mm-hmm.
And then someone has a bow and arrow, and they light the arrow on fire.
What movie this come from? This sounds like a movie.
No, this is how the Vikings used to do it. And then someone fires the flaming arrow at the boat. It lights on fire, and then your body just burns on the boat, and then eventually sinks into the ocean.
Okay.
That's what I want. It's pretty cheap, probably cheaper than a regular funeral. You got to duck and dodge the police for a hot minute, but who's checking? You do it quick enough. I'm not going to stink. You guys,
Right.
know.
Right. Are you polluting the water? Is that any water pollution we need to worry about?
No, it's all natural stuff.
Okay.
Except for the boat. But that's wood. That's going to decompose.
Okay.
Yeah. No trash. I'm not going to be embalmed or anything.
Okay.
The fish will pick what doesn't get burned. Circle of life.
You think they're going to go through with it for you?
No. No, I need to get some really unscrupulous friends. And just befriend some people like that and just let them know.
That's true. But you do need to have those people in your corner.
I do need to have those people in my corner. The
Yes.
problem is when you get those people in your corner, you're always worried about them in the corner.
I mean, because my family, we have open conversations about our funerals and what we want and planning and who's in charge of what.
Yeah?
So, yes.
I guess you would, especially after an event like that.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I planned, after my son passed away, I got a plot for me and my mother. I told her about it after I did it, or when I was doing it,
Mm-hmm.
that we're going to be close to my son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm. So I don't know if she wants to be that close to us, but she's right there next to us.
Right.
So, yes.
How many have you had any unsolved homicides pictures that you've gotten to take off the list?
Yes.
It's gotten solved?
I've got to remove at least 2 faces.
Nice.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Did this help? Did the word help out there? Was it had anything to do with
I would like
any
to
of your guys?
say that, we had a little part in it. But,
Yeah, nice. Heck yeah.
Even if we didn't, I'm going to give us a little credit for it.
Take that credit.
Yes.
You're working hard for it.
Yes.
I mean, it's out in the community. I wouldn't see why it wouldn't.
Right.
What kind? So do you have a party when that happens? All right. Like,
No.
how does? This is just the list that you started since you started.
And those are just the families that I work with.
What's the Kansas City? What's the unsolved homicide in the yearly average? Unsolved.
It's supposed to be they're supposed to be clearing it rather well, from my understanding. I don't really keep up with their statistics because I know 2014, when my son's homicide occurred, that was supposed to be the lowest homicide rate in the city for so many years. It didn't matter to me.
I was going to say, yeah.
My son was a victim that year, so your statistics don't matter to me.
Don't mean nothing to me.
Mean nothing to me.
What's the best way to? It's just such a tough subject. It's a touchy subject.
Mm-hmm. It is.
There's the no snitch culture.
Correct, but you're a witness. You're not a snitch. If you see
No,
something,
yeah,
say something.
for sure.
Right.
But that's not how it necessarily
it's
goes
it's
down.
a stigma. It's a stigma. It's a stigma in the community.
What's the best way to? I mean, is
But
that stigma getting lowered at all? Is it?
Mm-hmm. I mean, would you want someone to be able to walk around the community and continue killing people? That's my logic on it.
Right.
Or would you want to get them off the streets?
Yeah. I mean, it's common sense
Right,
for sure.
Right.
But common sense ain't always
That common.
running the world. You know what I mean?
True.
And so, I don't know. I'd like to see that stigma, as most people would at least secretly admit to themselves that they want that gone,
Right.
that culture gone.
I actually read something in the news here recently is that some people have spoken up and didn't even worry about the reward money. So, there are some good people in the system.
Oh, for sure.
The system does work for some. You
Yeah.
know, we're just trying to get it to work for a lot of others as well.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. It's just sad that that there are so many unsolved, because people know. I mean, it's a city.
Right.
It's a city. There's a camera everywhere. Everyone there's people everywhere. You're not going to find no witnesses anywhere.
Right. And we had a town hall meeting just last week, Wednesday, Thursday, at St. James Church with Fox 4. And one of the officers there, he was like, we all know who did it. The police knows who did it. We just need for the public and the community to come and speak up. If they don't speak up, we can't go to court. We can't file charges just because we need the evidence. We need to put the pieces of the puzzle together. So we need your help.
What do they say that about? A lot of the homicides?
Mm-hmm.
They know, but they can't do it because they know, but they can't prove it.
Right. They have to be able to prove it. And be able to prove it, we need the community's help.
How do you do that? How can they say...
They
say, hey, I know this person knows, but they won't tell me?
Pretty much. I mean, if everyone knows who did it, but you won't come forward, you won't go to court, you won't, speak about it and go through the process. You have to go through the process in order to get the crime solved.
You got to feel pretty guilty if you know something and you don't do anything about it.
You should.
I think that might be an angle to go at people with. Like, the guilt that would rid you for the rest of your life. If you're, 21 and your homeboy, or not even a homeboy, but some dude down the block did something, killed somebody that you saw, but you're afraid, that's got to stick with you for a really long time. And to be 21, you can probably shake that off for a little bit. Be all tough guy, macho. I can.
Right. But he's not okay. He's not going to be
okay. He's not
okay.
okay. He's gonna. That's guilt of knowing. I mean, you didn't pull the trigger, but you had a part of it.
Right.
You were holding the gun.
And that's one of the reasons why I have the flyer, to keep the faces out there. At some point they're gonna quit. Like, why does Alonzo's mama she just shows up everywhere? She won't sit down, and I'm not going to. I have no intentions on slowing down or stopping.
Yeah.
Until we get some answers.
Wow, golly, it's a beautiful thing you're doing.
Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you.
What's up with the blue? Is it because you're a Royals fan, or
it's my son's favorite color?
Okay.
So therefore, we made it an organization's color. Therefore, it's now Momma on a Mission Blue.
Do you sell stuff that people can buy?
Online, I have a book. I was a contributor to a book, a Grief Diaries book that we have online.
What's a Grief Diaries book?
It's about 20 other different families speaking and telling their stories about their journey on their loved ones being murdered or missing.
Ugh.
So yes, there's also, like you said, the music for Katrinka.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, you can also Amazon. If you go through our website and you can shop on Amazon and through our link, we'll get a portion of the proceeds.
Oh, that's a big thing.
Yes, I'm just trying to get the word out for people.
Okay, explain that to people. How can people? I'm a mailman. And let me tell you something.
Amazon is
Amazon,
hot.
I hate Amazon so much, but at least they can do some good right here. And if these people,
actually, on the flyer, on the paper that I gave you, there's a link to our Amazon, a link.
Oh, nice. I'm gonna post that.
Other flyer.
Oh, this one. On the back?
Yes, on the back.
Oh,
yes.
There it is.
If you use our link when you're going shopping, we get a portion of the proceeds, and then Amazon will cut us a check every quarter.
I'm gonna post this.
Please do.
Everywhere I can. Like when I post this episode, I'll put the link on here.
Okay.
And people right now, when you're listening, take a minute right now, go to the show notes, click that little button, and all you Amazon maniac shoppers out there, most of you are addicted. I see you guys ordering all this shit. Help some people out. Don't just order. I mean, it's not going to cost you nothing. You go through this link, and you get a little piece of that.
Yes. That's all.
People do that for me, please.
Please.
Give me that. Give her that Neanderthal love.
Yes. I mean, that's a win. You're already shopping. It doesn't hurt you.
I know.
You're not doing anything extra. So, yes.
All right. And then how else can
Let's
Are you
see.
selling these shirts? Or is that just a shirt you like?
We do have these shirts. You can buy these for $20.
Boom.
We have Cash App.
Oh, yeah, I got to have that cash out.
Yeah. $, the number 4, Momma on a Mission. We have PayPal. So we have different ways to make donations to us. Not really into selling a lot of items. Oh, we do have cups. I forgot we have little cups for $2. Little Momma on a Mission cups. They're blue, of course.
Of course.
So, yes, we have a couple items that we do sell.
I was thinking it'd be cool if you could hook up with some kind of makeup company and they could sell
I'm trying to get someone to get me a Momma on a Mission blue lipstick.
Yes.
I'm working on that. Trust me, I'm working on it.
Yeah, I'm not as original as I thought. Sometimes I think I'm just a little bit smart, and then all of a sudden I'm like, I get checked real quick. I'm like, no,
Yes.
nah.
Yes.
Nice.
I would love to have a Momma on a Mission blue, literally named Momma on a Mission. So, yes, I've reached out to a couple of people, and there's some conversations happening.
Heck yeah.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
I had another good question, and I just lost it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know, like I just said. Blue lipstick. I'm trying to get my head back to where I was at. Questions, blue lipstick. Oh, fundraising.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I did see your stuff on Fox 4.
Mm-hmm.
You had a mile walk thing.
Walk a Mile in My Shoes. It's our annual fundraiser. We bring the community to the streets and the streets to the community. We actually walk the streets with flyers, letting people know about the different unsolved homicides. Bring different community leaders out there so the community know about the different events and who's out there to help them.
And you do that once a year?
Once a year. It's the first Saturday in April every year. My son's homicide happened the first Saturday in April, so it's in memory of him and other families of homicide victims.
What are your other fundraisers you have throughout the year? Like, what's coming up?
I am working on one. Hopefully it may be in June. I have not been confirmed yet, but most of them are like restaurants. Everyone eats. So if you just go to a restaurant, show them a flyer, we're with Momma on a Mission, we get a portion of the proceeds.
That's going to start?
I'm hoping it will be sometime in June. I have not heard back yet, but once I get some confirmation, I will let you know.
Okay.
You have any fundraiser opportunities for me? Somebody out there that's,
I'm thinking.
I have a little light bulbs going on.
Yeah, my light bulb went off. It's not a bright light bulb. It's kind of dim, but when it goes off, I got to pay attention to it. I got something in my head.
Okay.
I won't say anything, but yeah, it gave me an idea, and I'm going to talk to somebody.
Yes, I
And
would
just
love
see,
to have
just see what happens.
Yeah.
I
all you have to do is ask. All you can do is tell me no.
That's my motto.
All right. Let me
That's
ask.
my motto. That's how I got you on this podcast. Like, hey, if she says no, she says no. I'm all right.
Right.
Like, the people. That's yeah. Yeah. And
I would also love to have like some corporate sponsors, who's willing to donate on a regular basis or have it to where it's in their office or their, whatever type of establishment they have to where they know about Momma on a Mission.
Mm-hmm.
So, people that typically wouldn't hear about me, they can be able to walk into there and like, okay, we see you. Different funeral homes. You may see my brochure in different funeral homes because that's my biggest business because that's who I donate to. So we kind of work with each other on that as well.
Do you have a certain funeral home you always work with, or is it just a couple different ones, or how does that work?
I have 3 basic funeral homes that I kind of work with. Really one here lately that's a lot of the families choose to go to. I don't pick the funeral homes. Whatever funeral homes they want to go to, I will donate to them. Okay. It's not my choice. It's not my loved one.
Sure.
So I'm not going to make a decision, but I will give you some different options.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll know what's out there for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Is there also a link for people where they can donate?
Yes, you can go to my website, mommaonamissioninc.org, MOMMA on a mission, INC.org.
Yeah.
Yes. And therefore, I don't know if my Cash App information is there yet, but by the time people may see this, it may be during the whole revamping process to where it should be there and available.
What's it like being on real TV? This is just a little YouTube thing. This is nothing. When you're like on Fox 4, like you're on real TV. What's that like?
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm talking to someone. I'm being
You're
recorded.
not nervous or anything? You're just like,
no.
Really?
Actually, I saw my cousin a couple of weeks ago. They're like, I see you taking pictures with famous people. I'm like, who's famous?
Yeah, who's famous?
Who are these people?
Who have you taken pictures with?
I don't know.
They didn't tell you?
To me, they're just normal people. So I don't know who's these famous people they think I'm taking pictures with. I have no idea.
You don't have anybody in your mind who you know people would think are famous that you've taken a picture with?
There may be some different government officials, possibly,
Okay.
that they may consider famous, but they're just regular people to me.
Right.
Yes.
They're just regular people.
Regular people in the community.
Mm-hmm.
So you could be famous. I don't know. They might
Yeah.
consider you famous.
No. Nope. Not yet.
We're working on it.
We are working on it.
Yes.
And the good thing about, I will say, when I do become famous, people will come back and look at this episode. Because people go back. I have ones that are, from like a year ago, almost a year ago when I first started, that are still get listened to all the time. That's the great thing about this kind of platform, is it's not time sensitive. Like,
Right.
you don't have to watch this right now. You can
Right.
watch this, what we're doing right now. There's people that are going to watch this a year from now. And they're going to get all the same information. It's still going to be the same.
Right.
And your mission is going to be even bigger and stronger then.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so you right now, when you're listening to this in 2020, whoever you are, I'm talking to you, you need to donate right now too. Just because we did this a year ago,
Right.
it's 2020. She still needs your money.
Would-
Donate. Get on Amazon. There, I just spoke to the future.
Thank you.
What's that like? I've never thought about it before. That's kind of weird. You ever look in the mirror and just stare at yourself all by yourself and be like, holy cow, we're really in this.
Mm-hmm.
This is real life. This is living.
Mine is
And like
more,
kind of trip yourself out.
Mine is more or less when I wake up and I hear this little ache and pain and little popping crackles in my legs. No.
I hear you there. I'm way too young to be feeling as old as I am. I got a
Right.
bad back. It's just brutal. But I'll sometimes wake up and look in the mirror, and you just have this realization, like, this is real life.
Right.
Real life is so trippy.
I know.
It's trippy.
Who would have thought this is where I would be?
Who'd have thought you'd be a human?
Not a human.
Anybody. How do we get lucky just to be born a human? And then here we are living this crazy rock that's floating through outer space.
Right.
It's just trippy. I'm sorry. I got off subject here. I went on a whole. I am so sorry. I don't know. I was just looking at the mirror this morning and like tripping out about my kids and just I don't know. Sorry, everybody. I just derailed.
Right. And watching them grow. Like, yeah, they're going to be growing up and you just see the progression.
Mm-hmm. It's weird.
It is.
It's scary. It's so scary.
Especially when you're really in tune with it. Some people, things we just take for granted.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're really in tune, you can actually watch things grow and like, okay, this is happening and this is about to happen, but you don't know it yet. But this is where we're going.
It's it's so crazy this day and age. I'm real cognizant of not having my phone around me when I have my kids.
Mm-hmm.
I take them to the park and I play with them and I watch them play. And I see all the other parents are just heads down looking at the phone. Like their kid could be off like 2 playgrounds around,
right.
about to jump on his head, and they're just looking at their phone. Like it's amazing how many people are doing that this day and age. Like those are the people that I feel really bad for.
And we
'Cause
wonder why they come up missing.
Yeah. I was just out just yesterday with my 2.5-year-old and my 5.5-year-old, and they were running around the house, and I lost track of my 2.5-year-old for a second. I thought she was coming around the house on this side, and then I see my son come. I'm like, hey, where's Nora?
Right.
He's like, I don't know. I'm way faster than her. I don't know. I just ran. I'm like, uh-oh. And then so I started freaking out because this is a brand new neighborhood to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, Nora. And I don't hear her anywhere. I'm like, I started freaking out. Just only 30 seconds. I found her, obviously, a minute after that. But just it doesn't take long.
Right.
I don't understand these people. I know it's an addiction to look at your phone.
Mm-hmm.
But these people, your addiction needs to be your kids.
It's true. Time and focus, paying attention to the babies.
It's sad. People are just going to wake up one day going, what happened? My kid is 16 now.
Mm-hmm.
He was just 5. What happened?
They're on their phone and
They're
you're on your phone.
Yeah. Oh, boy. I did not mean to go on a depressing mode. No, boy. All right, people, stop looking at your phone. Raise your kids.
Or if you're on your phone, you can go to momonamissioninc.org and make a donation.
There it is. I like that. I like that a lot. I'm going to give you this time here. I don't want to take your whole day up. It's Sunday.
Okay.
And we've talked a lot. Like, I feel bad about taking time away from you today.
No, we're fine.
All right, we're good.
We're good.
All right. I've gone down a couple different paths I shouldn't have. So I'll give you this time here to kind of lay it out there for everybody, like the best way to get information on Mom on a Mission. And make sure you guys spell it right, because do you know what the Momo challenge is?
Yes. Well, the little scary.
I was typing in Mama on a Mission this morning, and I accidentally typed in Momo. and I was looking down, because I look down when I type, and so I look down, I type Mama on a Mission, I look up, and I see Momo there. I'm like, ah!
It was really scary. My granddaughter calls me Momo, so I'm like, no, we can't. No, no.
Just ruined it for everything.
Yes, Momo. That's not what Momo looks like or do for real. No.
That's a weird Momo. I don't even know what that thing was.
Yes.
Yeah. So people, it's Mama.
Momma.
That's right. I have fat thumbs. That's why I did Momo.
Yes.
Yeah. So go ahead and lay out their best way. Do everything. This is your time to shine right here, Monique.
MommaOnAMissionInc.org. MOMMA on a mission inc.org. You can call me at 816-499-1214. Email is the number 4 mommaonamission@gmail. Or if you actually go to my website, you can get my post office box, my website, my email. All the information is really on my website. So if you just want to remember one thing, you can just remember MommaOnAMissionInc.org.
Wow.
Yes.
That's awesome. Well, I hope you get something out of this podcast. I hope we can get some more money raised for you. And again, I thank you so much for being here and sharing your mission.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Thanks for being here.
No problem. Anytime.
Can I get a fist bump before we get out of here?
Sure.
Yes. All right. We can hit that stop recording. We're good. Stop streaming.